Finally, the video you've all been asking me about is here. Rey Jedi Training, the kit reveal. Right, let's kick things off with some gameplay against the dreaded General Barriss, aka Zanobi, while I go through her kit. First off, we'll discuss her tags. Rey only has Resistance and Tank. She does not have the Jedi tag that many have speculated. Now, I would assume this is because she isn't a Jedi yet. She's in training, much like Commander Luke Skywalker at this point. Now, had this been during the Jedi Order era of the Clone Wars, they'd both likely have the tag and be referred to as Padawans, much like Ahsoka. But things are very different by the time these two are training. Now, we'll move on to her abilities. Her basic is called Connected Strikes. Deal damage to target enemy. Damage is increased by 25% for each of the following. Rey has no debuffs, Rey has any buffs, the target has no buffs, the target has any debuffs. So this makes it possible for a 100% damage increase under the right conditions. The likes of her resistance allies would make all four of these conditions quite easy to exploit against the enemy team. Her first special is called Defiant Slash. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict healing immunity for 2 turns. This effect can't be copied, dispelled, or resisted. Target other resistance ally and dispel all their debuffs, call them to assist and grant them foresight for 2 turns with a cooldown of 5. This looks like a fantastic ability and the answer to the Chirrut-Baze duo as well as the Kenobi Barriss teams that flood Arena. The fact it can't be dispelled or resisted means you get 2 full turns to deal with a problem character and shift the battle in your favour. Her second special is called Mind Trick. Dispel all buffs on a target enemy and inflict ability block, daze, offense down and speed down for 2 turns. For each debuff inflicted, remove 10% turn meter which can't be resisted. For each debuff resisted, remove 20% turn meter which can't be resisted. For each active resistance ally, gain 15% turn meter. This attack can't be evaded. Cooldown 5. So many excellent debuffs and turn meter manipulation in one move. I can already see the use against Baze and Chirrut. For example, you could use Defiant Slash on Chirrut, blocking his ability to heal himself. Your allies then chop his health down. This will trigger Baze to auto taunt. Then use Mind Trick to shut Baze back down on your next attack and finish Chirrut off. Her leadership is called Inspirational Presence. Resistance allies have plus 30% critical chance and plus 30% critical damage. When they score a critical hit, they'll have 70% chance to inflict expose for 2 turns. This effect can't be resisted. Resistance allies gain 10% turn meter when an enemy is exposed. When resistance allies use a special ability, all exposed enemies lose 5% turn meter. This effect can't be resisted. If a resistance ally has no debuffs, reduce their cooldowns by 1. I know resistance fans are wondering, is this good enough to replace Zeta Finn? That really is the big question and one I'll look forward to testing at a later date. On paper it sounds promising, the critical boost likely leading to an expose that can't be resisted, followed by a turn meter for resistance allies to continue to apply more. Now I'm anxious to try this out and remod my team. The Zeta does give a nice bonus, but it remains to be seen just how much of a factor the additional 5% turn meter loss to the enemies would actually be. I feel a leadership without a Zeta would be just fine, unless you really wanted that extra edge. Rey also has 2 uniques. The first one is called Virtuous Protector. When another ally suffers a debuff, or when a resistance ally gains secret intel, Rey gains 8% turn meter. When Rey suffers a debuff, she has a 40% chance to dispel all debuffs on herself. This unique screams for BB-8 to be a part of any team that she is in. BB-8 spreading secret intel throughout the entire battle is going to speed up Rey while boosting her basic damage. The Zeta here looks a lot better also. Debuffing her is going to give her a 40% chance to remove any debuff the enemy already managed to make stick, along with the one that was just attempted. I feel this will increase how difficult it will be to keep her under control. And last but not least, her final unique is called Insight. At the start of each encounter, Rey gains foresight until she evades. Rey recovers 5% health and 5% protection when she evades. At the end of Rey's turn, Rey gains foresight until she evades. If Rey already has foresight, she gains critical damage up until she is damaged. And if Rey has critical damage up, she gains offense up until she is damaged. This is the Zeta for her in my opinion. I'm just going to bring the Zeta part of this back up on the screen real quick. This could prove really frustrating to face, as you'll be forced to waste an attack on her before you even get an attempt to stun her, and if she has Virtuous Protector Zated, she may just remove it anyway. Yet if you ignore her for a turn, she's going to get stronger and stronger, forcing you to need to remove the Foresight and to hit her again to remove all these buffs she's going to gain as well. This is one seriously impressive kit, and she definitely has a place in the top flight of Arena. Furthermore, she looks to be another impressive addition to the heroic AAT. There is plenty of room for theory crafting, and I'm really excited to see what the community is going to come up with and what uses they're going to find for Rey. Rey has been heavily anticipated, and in my opinion, this reveal has been well worth the wait. I expect to see her shift some of the top teams out of their comfortable positions in Arena and revive the Resistance. I wouldn't be surprised to see her plugged into some of the difficult teams we already face. Either way, it's going to be exciting to see. Now, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, come follow me at twitch.tv/DBofficial125 for live Galaxy Hero streams Sunday through Thursday every week, as well as many guides and future reveals.